Hey guys, so I know I said I wasn't going to come live on Facebook, but I wanted to come really quick because I have my phone and I don't have time to set up a studio like I did last night. So I had to come on for just a second because I had to tell you guys thank you personally from me. I was going to just do a video on YouTube, but I just wanted to really from the bottom of my heart thank you guys for being there for us last night. And just, it meant the world to me. We're all three very tired today, but we are just so thankful. And I've started going through comments and different things you guys have said. And it just really touches my heart that there were so many people supporting us last night. The puppies are doing so good, but you guys really helped us make it through it. I was kind of out of it, so I don't really know a whole lot about what happened. It kind of seems like almost a blur. But I know you guys supported each other. I know you guys were just awesome. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm still going to try to do all my videos on YouTube only. I'm just here to say thanks and show you guys the puppies really quick, and Char. And also, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, if I had the 1,000 subscribers, I could use my phone and do these more frequently on YouTube, which would be amazing, because this is what I really want to do. I just don't want to do them on Facebook because if they delete my channel, I lose all my live videos. So that's the reason behind it. But we're at 9:20, so we might get there. But regardless of that, we are so blessed today because of these babies. They're doing so good. Mama Char is exhausted, but she's doing really, really good. Aren't they so pretty? So, hi everyone. So I was going to go through and show you guys them really quick and just introduce you to each of them. Mama Char says hi. She loves you. Say thank you, guys. She's just so tired, but she literally appreciates all the support and love. She's such a good mom. Anyways, my voice is kind of shot. I did sleep 2 hours today. I took a little nap, but tonight I'm gonna sleep down here with her because these guys need a lot of help still. But I'm not having to supplement yet, so that's a good thing. So we'll go through and introduce. I also wanted to say thank you to several of our viewers sent me photos of the live, which is amazing. So I'll post those. So thank you guys for that. We also have a family of one of our previous families that is getting one of these babies that actually brought us a homemade dinner tonight. How sweet is that? And we thank you guys, Carrie and Jason, so, so much. I just saw what you guys brought. Over the top. You should not have done that. But that was the nicest thing ever. And we are going to enjoy it. And I cannot wait to eat. And you guys are just so awesome. I want to cry right now because it's so awesome. So thank you. Thank you, thank you. And our kids say thank you. And Justin says thank you. And we're so grateful today. And these babies are so beautiful. I'm so impressed and so happy. So we ended up officially with 10. So 10 beautiful babies. There's 6 boys and 4 girls. And believe it or not, we've been getting so many texts and phone calls and messages about availability. So let me talk about that really quick first, because I know that's what's on a lot of people's mind. Availability, we definitely have, I believe, we had 6 deposits. Our previous family would be 7. I think I have 8. I think I have probably 7 or 8. I'm not 100% sure. There's too much going on to figure it all out. But I am going to confirm with all of my families right now their genders. So as soon as I hear back from them, then I'll know what genders we have left over and how many. I am going to wait a few days before I make the available ones available because I want to make sure they all are doing well before we make them available. Yes, they're doing good, but the first 3 to 4 days are the most precious time, okay? So we need to make sure that they all make it and do well before I'm going to promise one to a family and disappoint anybody, okay? So you guys know that happened last time. I have a little bit of PTSD from it still. Like, I think I do. Like, seriously, I need treatment or something. But, and that's another reason I was, like, over the top last night, probably. So anyways, I'm going to get some therapy on that. But, you know, thank you for putting up with me, because I know I was like a lunatic. Anyhow, so we want to wait a few days. So when I decide that it's time, which I don't know for sure, I'll definitely post and let you guys know how many and what genders, okay? And then we'll open it up to phone calls and messages. Right now, there's so many, you guys. I just can't even respond. I've responded to a few, and I'm exhausted, and I just can't. I can't respond to them, which is really a great thing. Like, I'm so excited you guys are, like, loving them and want them. Like, that's awesome. And I want to reply to everybody. But it's too much right now for me, so I just need to, like, take a few days, okay, and just figure out who's doing well and make sure they're all doing well, if that makes sense. So I hope you guys understand. Okay, so let me look at y'all's comments. My kids are... Oh, your kids are thumbs upping the video. Well, thank you guys. Thank you for thumbs upping me. I love thumbs up. Which one was a surprise? Okay, surprise. So let me introduce you guys to the babies, because they're so precious. Okay, so the first one born, I might get this wrong, but the first one born was, does anyone know? Fozzie Bear. I know. What is Orange doing? He's so funny. So Fozzie's right here. No. Wait. Yes. See, I don't even know. This is Fozzie. Fozzie was first born, and he looks like his mama, and he has the little tuxedo abstract markings, we call them, with his little white tail tip and his little white heart on his head, and his little white paws will be there, and he's got a white chest. He'll probably have white on his furnishings, like on his mustache area. He's a beautiful baby. He's a little bit lighter color than some, like, they're all like similar, but like he's a little bit lighter, as you can see. But, you know, Char's a little bit lighter, so I think he's similar to her. When she was a baby, she was actually darker, but she lightened up in time. But that's Fozzie Bear, and he's doing so good, and he's so cute. And I don't really want to mess with his face because he's eating. Let's see. Fozzie. Y'all know I love Fozzie. That was my shirt last night. So he is special. So he was number one, and he did a great delivery, and he was easy peasy. So he was probably the only easiest. If you guys weren't there, I'm just giving you a brief recap. He was probably the easiest one, which is first, but it just took a little bit of time. But like, he wasn't like a touch and go from what I could be telling you guys wrong, because I don't really remember, but I think he was good. Anyways, number two. Who was number two? Hold on, let me think. Number two was, who was two? It wasn't you. Who was two? Someone missed. Oh, I'm sorry, Rolf. How could I forget you? Look at Rolf, you guys. This is number two. First of all, I love the name Rolf. Second of all, he looks like, well, does anyone know who he looks like? Because if you do, please comment. But he looks like somebody who I was in love with. And I'm like, I can't believe I have my baby back. And I'm so excited. Anyways, he does remind me of one of Char's babies so much. And he's precious. Now, he is the party gene, so he's got all these little markings on him. He's a little guy. Chuck, you got it. Of course, you know I love all my Peanuts gang. But Chuck somehow just, like, stole my heart. And, of course, I love Mac and Snoopy. But he looks like Chuck. I don't know if it was the brown collar, but I really think it's his markings. So his name's Peanut now. But he does remind me of Chuck. He's a little guy. He's a little squirt. But he's gaining weight. So I'm kind of working with my little ones a lot. Making sure they're latching good. We'll get back to this one, but if just so y'all know, I know you're interested to know who's the little bit. It's her. Okay, so Rolf. If I call him Chuck accidentally, it's because it's Rolf, and I love Chuck. But he had the brown collar too, and they look literally just alike. So he was number 2. I believe his delivery went pretty smoothly. I'm pretty sure. I could be lying, but I'm pretty sure. It wasn't until we got to number 3 it started getting a little hairy. Number 3, I believe, was, I should have my sheet here right now. Was it Kermit or was it Piggy? 4 was Piggy. So 3 was Kermit. Now 3, he's a big boy. Kermit is the biggest of the group. Where are you going, Pumpkin? He's kind of eating, so I don't want to mess him up. But he's also the party like Toby Cuddles. And he's got the green collar. He's the leader of the pack and the biggest. I don't know. He kind of fits the smart, like, Kermit type character, I think. So he does have, now he reminds me of someone too from the Peanuts gang. And this is amazing, and because it's the same color, which is crazy. Okay. So he has the, like, the eye. See his eye marking? Okay, sorry, buddy. Just a second. He has that eye. I'm not sure what this eye is going to be. It might darken in 2. But right now, here, Franklin, you got it, Carrie. Carrie, I love y'all, by the way. Okay. Yes, Franklin, can you believe it? Like, he looks just like him. It's the craziest thing. So, got my Franklin back. So that was number 3. I think his delivery went okay, but I think maybe, I forget what happened, but he was big, so I remember something happened. But anyways, that was number 3. Number 4 was our first girl, which was Miss Piggy. Right here, Miss Little Pink. So I thought we'd call her P, because I love to call all my P name girls by P. Like Penelope, I call her P. My other friend, Nakia, who has Penelope, I call her P. So this is going to be my little P. My little P, my little sweet P. She is also party like Daddy Toby Cuddles. She reminds me a lot of Lila, my mom's dog, which was Addie's baby. She also reminds me of Sally, who is Char's baby. Her markings are very hard to tell yet. They're not in yet, but you can see they're there. Let me show. See? You see them? On her eye. She doesn't have a lot of hair, so maybe she was a little early. That eye has some. So it'll be, time will tell. Some of the markings are like super obvious, and then some of them aren't. But she's going to have them. They're just hard to tell where they're going to be. Now, her delivery was a rough ride. I'm not going to lie. I don't really remember what happened, but I know that it was touch and go. It was a tough one. She wasn't breathing good. She turned blue. He took 2 hours after the first to the dot. Oh, thank you, Amber. See, Amber was with us all night long, so she knows the story, and I'm delirious, so I don't. But he took a while. Is that what it was? I think that's what it was. Yeah. But she was like blue at one point. And I was like, oh my gosh. But we didn't give up on her. We kept working her, and she's doing great. She sounds great. Her lungs sound great. She looks great. She's gaining weight. She's eating well. So I don't have any like long-term concerns. We did have to suction her a lot. She was very raspy. But yes, I was really worried about her because I know she was blue at one point. I don't know how I'm awake, Nikki. I slept 2 hours, but I'm good. I'm like in, this is like adrenaline that you get when you have your baby at the hospital, and like, you know how you can just stay awake with your babies and like never sleep? Well, that's the same thing. Because it's just such a happy circumstance. So she's doing really good. I'm super proud of my little P. Love you, little P. And her sister, her real sister would be Sally from Charlotte's last litter, which she looks similar to. And Sally's family has Penelope from Evie, which I always call P. So I don't know. She just reminds me of them. She reminds me of Penelope, which she didn't look like her, but anyways, same. I don't know where I'm going with that. Okay, so she's number 4. Oh, that's right, Leanne. I did have to kind of help push him out. He was like in a weird position. That's what it was. And he's so big. He was so big too. Now I remember. It's all coming back. So, unfortunately, I don't want to remember the next situation, but the next situation was number 5. So I'll just talk about this briefly. Number 5, as most of you guys know, unfortunately did not make it. And so number 5, we decided to name Henson, which someone gave me that great idea to name him after. I'm not sure who did, but whoever did, thank you so much for Jim Henson, the creator of Muppets. Someone else said Sam the Eagle, which I thought that was a really great idea too. But the only reason I was like, well, that might not work was because we're getting Sam, like our Sam, who's coming, Samantha. Oh, Amber, you're amazing. See, I thought it was you, but I wasn't sure. So that's the only reason. And then when I heard Henson, I was like, oh, well, that's good. So we decided to go with Henson. I'll probably do a short post on him in a little bit. We are going to be burying him shortly. So, yeah. So I got a candle when Hagrid passed away that I'm going to be lighting for him. And we'll do that anytime that we have a passing, because as you guys know, it happens. It's part of breeding. It's something we have to deal with. It's very hard. It breaks our hearts. We never want it to happen, but it happens. You have to get through it and you have to move forward. And unfortunately, with so many puppies in such a tough situation last night, we had to focus on the ones we could save. He was not viable at all. And I didn't go into this, but I will go into it a little bit right now. There was no chance of survival, okay? We didn't really show him, but his skin was transparent. I don't even know for sure what color he was, okay? He was not developed. Not developed. He barely breathed. I think we suctioned him enough to get him to breathe, but he was gasping the entire time he survived with us. Most likely aspirated. He had severe cleft palate, which is normal when they're not developed, because the cleft palate, remember, develops towards the end. Okay, their palate develops towards the end. So many times if they're not developed, they end up with cleft palate. So that's an issue, but you can survive cleft palate. You can survive cleft palate. If it was just cleft palate, of course we would try to save him. He also had undeveloped legs or something, and his face had a really weird black streak across it that someone told me had something to, I don't really know what that was, but it was really weird. But I guess someone commented something about about the nerves or something. I'll have to look that up because I've never seen it before, and it was really awkward looking. But all I know is I knew that he didn't have a chance. And so we would have rather been able to take him to our vet right then and put him down. That would have been the best solution, like we did with Fred, if you guys remember Fred from Addie's Babies. We couldn't do that because we were still delivering all these babies. So unfortunately, we couldn't do that. So we kept him warm. We kept him with Char a little bit, but she had to focus on her babies. She wasn't focusing on him, but we needed her to focus on them. So we kept him in the warmer. Justin held him actually a lot off camera that we, obviously didn't show. There was a time that I stepped away and held him for a bit. So we tried to love on him and hold him as much as we could, but we had to keep going because after that, I don't know if you guys remember, but the deliveries came super fast and we just couldn't, unfortunately, give him the time that I would have liked to for his passing. So that's the only thing that really breaks my heart, is that I really wish that I had had a chance to, hold him when he passed away. So anyways, it didn't happen. I have to accept it. And the whole time I was thinking in my head, what a breeder told me, the best advice when I was asking another breeder, when you have large litters like this, was to focus on the viable ones. Because you really want to focus on the non-viable ones when you're delivering them, because they're the ones that are doing the worst. So you think to yourself, it's kind of like triage, you know, you have a situation where you have to triage people and it's really bad. You have to focus on the best ones sometimes. So it's a very sad, very hard situation, but I just wanted you guys to understand that if we could have helped him in any way, shape, or form, if you know me, you know I would have done everything in my power, okay? So he just was not meant to be. It's really hard, but it's easier now than later. So I'm not devastated. I kind of expected it, but I feel sad for him. And I am sad on how it kind of happened. So moving on from that, though, I appreciate you guys' support and understanding for that part. That was super tough for us, and it was in the back of my head the entire time. And towards the end, I'll just say one more thing. The worst part was he did have, I call it it's the fading syndrome sign, where they cry a certain cry and it's heart-wrenching. It's completely what happens. Hedwig had it. Briar Rose had it, and he did it last night, and it broke me for a minute. I had to like compose myself because it just brought me back to Hedwig, and it was really hard. So I had to like get through that part, but that was rough, really, really rough. So I had to keep telling myself, focus, focus, focus. Anyways, moving on. So after him, Henson, we had, who did we have? Number 6. Thank you, Erin. Love you, girl. Who was number 6? I don't know. Thank you, Diane. I don't feel amazing whatsoever today. Trust me. I feel like I was a terrible train wreck last night. But 6 was... Oh, God. I have to get my sheet. Summer. I know. I'm thinking it was Summer, too. Or was it Red? No. It was Annie, I think. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Let me get my sheets real quick because I don't want to tell y'all wrong. I'm pretty sure it was Annie. Yeah, because it was Annie then Gonzo, I think. Yes. Okay. So Annie was next, which is Animal. Annie. Yes. Yes, Calvin. So Annie was number 6, which is Animal, but we're going to call her Annie, and I love it because that was Ella's idea. And she's so cute. Here she is. She's got the red collar. She has a little heart on her head. And her mama had the same heart when she was a baby. She's going to have Char's tuxedo markings, the white chest. It's a little white chest. And then little white tail. And her feet will be white, but I think right now she doesn't have any hair on them. Hardly. Okay, you need to get on, though. She did not gain much weight. Okay, so she only gained 1 gram today, 1 gram. So I've been working a lot with her. And I've come to realize I think it's because she was born between 2 bad situations. So I don't think I worked with her really well or got a chance to. She's doing great, though. Look at that girl. But she was born between, obviously, the death and then Gonzo, which I'll talk about him next. Hey, so she's beautiful, though. She's beautiful. She's a mini Char. I love her. I love her so much. And so we're going to work with her today. Just make sure she gains weight. She's my number 1, except for little girl. I call her baby girl. So Annie and baby girl are my number 1 focus on feedings and Gonzo, which leads me to the next delivery, which was number 7. Where are you going? Beaker.
I don't even know, but can you sign this real quick for me?
Just leave it there and I'll do it when I'm done with this real quick. Oh, we'll bring it over here. So Gonzo is next. Gonzo is Where do I sign?
On the 3
Here?
boxes. Yeah.
With pencils, okay? And I need something to lean on. Sorry, I have to sign something for Joey for school. So Gonzo, look at Gonzo, you guys. Isn't he a precious baby? Hold on. So Gonzo was a tough one. He, basically the sac like just ruptured as he came out and just flew everywhere, and it was meconium filled, which is never a good thing. He aspirated a ton.
Sign this part.
Okay. So we had to suction. We suctioned him for, it feels like forever. And every time we suctioned him, he was still gurgly. Kept suctioning him more. I don't know that he was like touch and go, but I was really worried about him because I couldn't get his lungs clear. But we finally got it, and he's doing amazing. And look at these markings. He's so cute. Little spots on him. It'll be interesting to see what he ends up looking like. He's got a really big one right there. One on his bottom. He's a little guy though. So because of his delivery and everything, we're working hard with him too. To make sure that he does okay. So he's dark blue, light blue, dark blue, light blue. But he's adorable. Like, he's really funny too. Like, I love him. And I feel like he has a Gonzo nose. I don't know why, but he had like the cutest little nose. Maybe I'll have a Shar nose. Shar has like such a cute nose. So I'm loving Gonzo a lot. Good job, baby. So yeah, we did suction. How did Justin pull up after leaving to go to work? Oh, he didn't go to work. Justin stayed home because we were exhausted, like we couldn't function. So thank God he stayed home because I was able to sleep 2 hours, and he stayed in here and helped the babies feed while I took a nap. He's been amazing. I know I was a complete mean person to my hubby last night, but he's been amazing. So I'll go through that in a minute too. He's a little bit of a turtle during the delivery, so I was like, hurry up. But, you know, it is what it is. I'll talk about that in a minute. But, so, Gonzo was rough, but he's doing really good. So we'll just make sure. Here, let's scoot you over here and give you something to eat. But you kind of have to get them directed somewhat. Okay, it's hard to do when I have the phone in my hand. Okay, you can get it. I trust you can get it, buddy. So that's Gonzo number 7. Then after Gonzo, I believe was Summer 8. Yes. Then was Sweet Summer. Summer's right here. She heard her name and she's coming to say, hi, everybody. I'm Summer. She's got the purple collar. She's the little penguin from the Muppet Babies. I think she was an added addition because I don't really recall Summer from the Muppet Babies, but she is one. And she's precious. Now, she does have the abstract to some extent. She just doesn't have a lot of markings right now, so we'll see how that goes. But, like, she has some on her chest, but it's not a lot. See, there's, like, little splotches almost. I think her tail has a white tip. Yep, little teeny one. And then, I can't tell yet on her paws, but there probably will be white. And then our head, she might end up getting some white patches. There's like some white streaks back there. So it's kind of hard to tell with that part. But she's so cute. And she's doing so good. She's a good eater. She really is. I don't recall if her delivery was hard or not for some reason. But it probably was hard because pretty much they all were. Hardest delivery we've ever done was last night. Ever. Just so you guys know. If you were the first to tune in, that was the worst one we've ever done as far as like stress. And as far as like a lot of things going on. It was crazy. We don't usually have to work them like that. So, summer, and then after summer was, where are you two going? You're trying to escape. Hey Bubba, I'm on live. Okay, so after summer was Scooter Pooter. I love Scooter because I love the name Scooter. I think it's the cutest thing in the world. Now, we debated to name a girl Skeeter, like Skeeter, the other girl, but like we had a vote about it, and we decided Camilla instead of Skeeter. So I'll go through that in a minute. But I thought Skeeter's cute because that's his sister, and Scooter and Skeeter are so cute together. And I actually bought the Skeeter pillow, which was vintage. But whatever. The kids decided it was going to be Camilla, which we were going to call her Scylla. And to be honest, I don't know, anybody who's my age probably thinks of one thing when they think of Skeeter. If you can come up with what I'm thinking of, let me know, because I don't want to say it, but like, there's only one thing that goes into my head every time. So I just thought, well, we'll stick with the other one. So, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's a song. It's one of my favorites, by the way. Like college club times, is it coming back if you're my age? All right, so and that was funny because Justin was even like, we can call her Skeet, and I'm like, we can't be like, come here, Skeet. I can't take it. No, I'm delirious, so I'm crying. I'm laughing so hard. Okay. I'm not rested, can you tell? It's so terrible. Okay. It's a cool song, though. I really like it, but it's all I can think about. So, Scooter's not going to have Skeeter. It's a great song, man. I danced many nights to that song. So, Scooter is not going to have his sister Skeeter with him. But after Scooter came Beaker. And Beaker is so cute. Oh, wait. Scooter, real quick, just so y'all know, I think he had a pretty decent delivery, but it wasn't, like, perfect. But I think it was decent. He does have the abstract coloring with his white tail, and he's got the white mark on his head. He's so cute. He looks very much like his mama. White mark on his head and white chest. Look at that white chest. Oh, Char's like, leave my son alone. He's got a nice white chest, though. So, he's beautiful. Scooter is so cute. We love the orange collars too, right, Aaron? Orange collars are really great. So that's Scooter. Next came Beaker. I think I might change his collar to black because I don't have a gray big collar when he gets older, but I'm not sure yet, so we'll see. But Beaker is so cute. So Beaker it was so funny because when he was born, he was like really long and lanky. It's so weird how they match their names, y'all. He was kind of thin too, but he's really picked up on his eating. He gained a lot of weight today. He has really cute markings. He's got quite a bit. I don't want to mess him up because he likes to eat. He's a good boy. He's a good eater. Oh, now you need to eat, Pumpkin. So, we love Beaker. And he's doing so well. But it's just funny. I don't think he's going to be actually tall and, like, thin or whatever. But, like, for some reason, when he first came out, he looked kind of like that. I can't get her on really quick. Okay, I got to put this down for 2 seconds. Or try to while I get my little bit going here. Good job, Pumpkin. There she goes. So that brings us to number 11. So here's number 11, my miracle girl. She is doing so good compared to what she was, okay? So she is Camilla, which we were going to call Scylla, because it just doesn't seem like Camilla fits to me 100%. I still like Camilla. And we'll call her Camilla too, but like we like to give them nicknames too. So I just thought Scylla was really cute. She looks very much like the others that are the tuxedo. She's tuxedo abstract, tail tip. Her feet are, you can tell her feet a little bit better. You can actually see like the line where they go. The white, that'll be white. She has the white on her head. She has a beautiful white chest. Let's turn you around, Pumpkin. Just for a sec. Look at that. It goes all the way down. So she is just, oh, I messed her up. Hold on. I'm so sorry. Can't mess up my little girl. You were doing so good too. I'm so sorry. She just ate, so she's probably not that hungry. Come on, girl. Come on. So, okay. All right, got it. Sorry. She's back on. So, she was the last one born. She came out at 6:30 a.m. 6 hours after Beaker, which is like crazy. So we cut our live off at like 4:30, I believe, around 4:30. We cut it off because we had big things to talk about. So Justin and I had to decide what to do. We weren't sure if there was another puppy. We pretty were sure there was, but we weren't 100%. It was hard to tell on ultrasound. I thought I saw one, but wasn't sure. I thought I felt one, but then I started second guessing that. I started reading that like they could just keep contracting because the uterus has to go back down, but it was like she kept pushing and nothing was coming, and I was trying to do all these things, and I did the feathering technique, which, believe me, it's not something I ever wanted to do, but you do what you have to do to get these babies delivered. It doesn't matter what it is, you're going to do it. So nothing was working. We decided that we were just going to watch her and wait. So I stayed up with her, and we did not want to take her to an emergency vet because bad things happen sometimes. Some are great, but you don't get to go inside with them. There was no way on God's green acre that I was going to take Charlotte unless I knew that there was no other choice to a vet and not go inside with her and like not know what happened. That would not, I could not do that. So unless I knew there was no other choice. So we were going to call our vet when she like open this morning, because I mean it was getting close to that time anyways, and just see what happened. I was reading that like some breeders said they had 8 hours in between and 6 hours in between. So yes, on Google it says 4 hours, but there's many times that you can say that you'll see breeders say I had one like 6 hours later, 8 hours later, and it just came out, you know. So it does happen. It's not like completely uncommon. And Char would go from being uncomfortable to comfortable. So, like, it was hard to tell. But basically, like, around 6:20, I decided I've got to try to sleep a little bit. And so I laid in the bed next to her, turned off the lights, got everything settled. And then within 2 minutes, I heard a weird, like, I heard her I thought she was straightening the blankets, like messing with the blankets. And I'm like, what is she doing? So I got up to check, and sure enough, Scylla was laying there, born. Char was trying to cut the cord. She wasn't breathing well. She was gasping. So I didn't have this on live or anything. It was just me, Charlotte, and Scylla, and the other Muppet babies. And I was like, Jesus, take the wheel. Someone help me. So I did do the suction thing that Justin always does for us, the daily or however you say it. And that's really changed. I'm kind of glad it happened, because I totally told my husband this morning how it changed my whole perspective, because that thing is hard to do. I'm talking, you have to suck so hard, and like, it was hard. So I like was like, I'm sorry. I was like, hurry up or whatever. So anyways, got her suctioned, and she was just really like frail. Like her neck was like just like blah blah blah, but she didn't have like muscle tone or anything. She was just couldn't hold her neck up. Extremely frail. I was surprised she was 168 grams when I weighed her, or whatever it was, 150. I don't know. I was surprised at her weight. I thought she was going to be like 80 or something when she was born, because she was so like weak and like just lingering there. But I gave her some of the nutrients, the colostrum stuff, and that kind of perked her up a little bit. And then getting her to breastfeed took me at least an hour to 2 hours to at least even get a latch. Like, it was really hard because she did not want to eat. Her suck was extremely poor, so I taught her with my finger first. Once she learned on my finger, we moved to the breast, and we worked and worked and worked, and eventually she got it. And so took her a little time. You can see she's a little girl. Definitely a miracle little angel baby, but she's doing great, and she's gained weight, and she can get on there, and she just ate, so that's why I'm not too concerned. She's laying here right now, but she can get on there and suck just as good as the rest of them now compared to what she was. It's amazing, because her suck was extremely weak when she was born. Now, I think she was weak because maybe she was in there for so long. Also being so small, obviously. She's probably about the size of the one that passed away, Henson, but like, she's developed. So when she was first born, I was really scared. Like, oh no, another one that's not developed. But she is. She doesn't have cleft palate. She looks great. Her body looks great. The Miracle Girl's collar is light blue, so she's here. So if you guys know with Muppets, Camilla is Gonzo, which dark blue. Gonzo, Camilla. Chicken or rooster. I'm not sure. Chicken, I think. So like, they're both blue, but one's light and one's dark. So, and I had blue fingernails, and I just thought because she was like last in a miracle that she should be light blue. I don't know why, but I don't know. Light blue was like my color theme for some reason, and maybe it's because of her. So I thought, you know, it was a cute idea. But she's doing really well. So warmth is the other key. Yeah, now you can spot her in the bunch. I did have to like warm her up a lot before she'll start eating. So really with newborns, warmth and feeding are the two main things you got to watch. And it's still touch and go. Okay, so we're not out of the woods by any means. They still can get cold very easily. So cold is the number one thing. So I have a warming pad in here, right here. Obviously with Char, let's put you up here. Get mama's warm, but you know, every once in a while somebody's gonna wander over here, and I got to make sure they don't do that. So you know, especially at night and stuff. So they have to be watched for the first couple days, because they're all pretty fragile. I mean, a lot of them are doing well, but my 3 mini, like, there's some little ones. And then the ones that had a tough birth, I want to make sure they all do well. Or at least do everything I can. You know, so at the end of the day, I can say, you know, if something bad happens, which God forbid, better not. But if it does, at least I can feel like I did everything possible. And that's another reason I just don't want to offer them yet, because I feel like it's going to jinx me or something. And so I really just want to wait a few days and make sure they get past the hump. Okay, if that makes sense. So did I use the heat lamp? Oh no, I actually never got the heat lamp out, Aaron. And that sucker gets hot. And I'll be honest, the lamp I actually had turned on was putting out so much heat. The Muppets lamp, this one right here, it's a warm lamp for some reason. So I was getting hot from it. But I didn't actually use the heating lamp because they weren't like, I bought that in case they were like maybe all like her or something. That's something we could maybe use, like, if they were in their bassinet, like, by themselves and Shar was, like, delivering or something. But we never really had to because they weren't too, like, premature or small or whatever. And then I got nervous that, like, somebody told me one time that the heating lamp killed the whole litter. So I was like, okay, no, we're not going to do that. You hear all these stories, and it really scares you, especially when you're not, like, experienced with something. So it's like, again, with Charlotte, with the baby being stuck for 6 hours, I read that, you know, the mom can hemorrhage internally and die. And I mean, I was just I was, like, completely so upset. Like, I cannot do anything to hurt my Shar. That was my biggest thing. So I prayed. I will tell you that. I prayed a lot. So God answered our prayers, right, baby girl? And you did so good. And you're doing so good right now. We gave her a bath a little bit ago, so she feels nice and fresh. She was a hot mess. And she's just being an amazing mom. She is a really good mom, but she's actually being really good with letting me, like, help her. She was a little bit, like, pushing me away at first, so me and her had a talk, and I said very firmly that she is not going to be able to do that to me this time because I have to help her with these babies because they're fragile, so she needs to get over it, and we're friends. It worked out. And she even let the kids sit in the whelping box today and hold the babies. Can you believe it? I think she's exhausted, though, is why. She's just too tired to, like, care. Like, she cares, but you know what I mean? Like, she's just too tired right now. I'm like, I can't take it. She's hot because she's on the heating pad, and they're not. So that makes no sense, right? There is somebody over, like, look at Kermie. Like, what are you doing, buddy? You're over here all by yourself. Bring them back. They like to get away. Anyways, so that's our story of the birth. I just wanted to share, but mostly I just wanted to share a huge thank you to you guys. Like, seriously. It just, like, means the world to me to have support, and you guys are so nice. And, you know, it's always a learning experience, and yes, there's a lot of things we don't understand, why things happen or why we do certain things, and I like to try to explain why, because I think it's a good learning experience. But during the time, sometimes I can't do it, you know what I mean? Like, because it's just too much going on. But I thought I'd just kind of come in and explain what happened, why it happened, how we did last night, let you guys know that that was the most stressful we've ever been. Even when we had our 19 babies with Evie and Heidi, which was like a long time, was way easier than last night. So if that tells you anything. And it was 12 hours. We delivered for 12 straight hours, which is a long, long time. So look at Fozzie. Fozzie is doing a split right now. He can do a center split. Yeah, she does. Dawn, she was, like, trying to be like she was last time, but I told her we weren't going there. Well, she was a little bit rough last night. There was times I had to kind of get, not mad at her, but, like, firm with her. She wants to do her own thing. And, you know, that's fine, and that's all fine and dandy, right? Like, I go crazy when people say, why don't you let the mom do it? Because if I let the mom do it, Scylla right now would not be here, okay? That's the facts of life right now. And so anytime people say let the mom do it, I really have to laugh to myself because you don't know what you're talking about. And there are breeders that will say that, not to knock them, but I'm like, okay, if I let the moms deliver these puppies, at least my girls, they would not survive some of this litter, maybe 5. Maybe, if we were lucky. If we're lucky. So, yes, moms can, but the reasons dogs have big litters is because in the wild, most of them don't survive. So, it's just the way it is. And, of course, our number one goal is always the mom. Char's health comes before anything. And then the babies, of course. And so we want to do everything we can do to ensure their survival. Not because we're, not for selling them or breeding them. It's because we love them and we want them to all survive and have the best life and all that. So, it's hard. It's hard to understand sometimes, and I get that. And that's why I like to share the live experience, because I feel like sometimes, breeders get a bad name because they think it's about the money or whatever. Trust me, it's not about it is not about that. You have to have a really love for animals, and I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot of work. It's a emotional roller coaster that some days I say, I can't believe I signed up for this, because it's emotionally exhausting. If you love them, you know what I mean? Like the way I love them, it's emotionally exhausting, because then I say goodbye in 8 weeks after I've invested so much love in this one night. You know what I mean? So like, it's tough. I'm not going to lie. It's tough. There's many times I second guess what I do. Many, many times, because I'm like, what did I sign up for? Because I get myself extremely emotionally involved, but I can't help it. That's who I am. And it'd probably be better not to be as emotionally involved. And as a nurse, I definitely learned not to be emotionally involved in many situations and things. But like this, for some reason, is impossible not to be. Because they're so precious. Like, how are they not? They are just amazing. And that's why dogs are like better than people, I think. I love my dogs. You guys know it, because they're just like, it's unconditional love from day one. They really are. And so they give me that kind of love. I'd give that love back. So they mean the world to me, and we're going to do the best we can with these little babies. I think they look really great. Scylla, what you doing down here, pumpkin? You sweeping? How about let's eat a little bit more? She's nice and warm. You hear a doggy? So on that note, just remember, we are going to post updated videos of these babies on YouTube, okay? Yes, I'm on Facebook, but this is rare. If I can get my 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I can do these videos all the time on YouTube with my phone, and it'll be so much easier. But like, the whole computer setup is gone, so like, this was the only way I could do it. So I'm hoping that we can do that with my phone, and then make that easy, and then we can do the videos on YouTube. But I'm still going to post on Facebook and Instagram all the time. I still have tons of pictures of these babies to post today even. So I'll try to get that done. But I really just wanted to say that I love you guys. And thank you for your support to us, and from Justin too. And I love my hubby. It may not seem like it, but he's amazing. He's a really great partner. I could not do this without him. I love my children, who are amazing. They help me so much. My husband and I just like to kind of like, we joke around a lot. So a lot of it's just fun, you know what I mean? But last night wasn't 100% joking. I was a little bit not joking. You know what I mean? I was kind of joking, but not really. Y'all know how I am with him. He loves me for it. He's the same way with me. Oh, thank you, Beth. We love you. And we can't wait to meet Samantha either. I'm so excited for Saturday. I'm secretly a little bit worried, but I figured, what's today? Tuesday? The great part is these guys will be through the rough road, the scary days. So it's going to be perfect. Oh, thank you, Marsha. We love you guys. We love Rudder and you and Randy. You guys are the best family, and we hope all is going well. I know I haven't had time to check in on my little Harry Potter pups, but I think of them every day. I love them so much. The same with my Whovilles and my Peanuts gang. It's like when you have one litter after the next, you don't have as much time to like focus on the like fact they're gone and stuff, but trust me, I always think of them and miss them and love their updates. And you guys don't have to thank us. We want to thank you guys. You know, we just kind of like to show, you know, what we feel like breeding dogs should be about, if you want to say it in those terms. But I like to just think about sharing love of animals with people. Because let's face it, like dogs, I think, are a huge thing for our future. I do believe that, you know, they're more accepted places, and, you know, they've become emotionally supportive for people. And I just think it's important for people to treat them the right way and the way they deserve to be treated. And as they become more socially accepted in places and things, they should also be produced properly and bred properly in a good home and love and cared for the way that the people are going to love them and care for them when they have them in their family. So it's really important for me to share that, because sadly breeders get a really bad name sometimes, and sometimes they deserve it. I'm not going to lie. I've seen some really shady situations lately that really kind of make me mad. And I'm like, I can't believe like people do this kind of stuff. There's scammers out there, and it's terrible, you guys. Like, it's awful. But you guys also know that we're not scamming, because we show everything that we do, or we try to. Not everything, but like we show a lot. So we try to open our doors and our homes and our lives and our family to you guys, so that, you know, you can kind of see how we do it. And it's really important for my families to be involved that are getting the puppies, because even if our families watched the birth last night, you're already emotionally tied to your baby. You don't know which one it is, but there's a huge emotional investment that has already been made through watching the birth. And that's what I want. I want them to be emotionally invested into their baby and love them. And so that's why I try to share it. Even though we have those tough situations that I don't like to share, it's also reality. So we're very, very lucky that we only had one bad situation last night. I'm very blessed for that. We have 10 beautiful, beautiful babies. 5 little Shars and 5 little Tobys. Like, how could you go wrong? That's amazing. And we'll just keep updating you guys on their progress. And I'm so excited for their families. And like I said, yes, there probably will be a few available, but I can't get to that for a few days. And when I do get to it, that's the other question, I'll post it, okay? So I'm going to give people an opportunity. Where are you going? I'm going to give people an opportunity to call us. We do have to talk to you. We do have to, you know, share our process and see if we're a good fit and you're a good fit and all that kind of stuff. You do have to promise to share pictures with me every week. No, I'm just kidding. That's not part of it. I'm lying. That's not part of it. But, you know, if you're a sharer, I'm more likely to, like, want you, to be honest. So, yeah, you might want to talk about that. Just a little hint there. Because if you're watching this, you're obviously invested. So, if you're invested, and you promise to share them with me, then I will love you for life. No, really. Because you guys know I love them so much. And, like, if I don't ever see them again, it's so sad. So I just like to share. And Aaron, you're so good. Like, you know how I am. Like, and you're so good at sharing your babies with me. It doesn't have to be every day. It could be. I don't care. You can't do it too much. But, like, she shares so much of her babies with us. And I love it. And I appreciate them so much. Just because, you know, I like to see their life. And I just like to see how they live, and like they're living their best life. And most of my families are amazing and do share. They're awesome. I love them. And it doesn't have to be a ton. Once every 6 months is like good. I mean, sometimes I'll miss them during that time period, but that's okay. I get emotionally invested sometimes a little bit too much. I get that. But anyways, we do have a family page on Facebook that's just dedicated to our families that get one of our puppies. And so they can share their pictures. No, Shar, where are you going? Where's she going? Oh, Lord, have mercy. Come on. You need to go potty. Okay, she has to go potty. So I'm going to take her out, and we're going to eat dinner and rest. But I just wanted to say thanks, guys, again. Love y'all, and I will be back soon, okay? Thanks, Melanie. Bye.